Fat Bald-Sicilian, FBS. I am very grateful for Fat Bald-Sicilian. I'll tell you why. FBS created more channels than Comcast.
You know, and then it's not like you have no violence on your record until you're 30, and then one night you just decide to go out and kill a cop. It doesn't happen like that. I got shot also. See that right there?
Oh my God.
Yeah, see it, brother. I got shot 3 times.
But what I'm trying to say is that I knew that my life could have ended any given day, any given night, but it didn't happen.
Fabrizio was always a tough kid. He was a tough kid. He had a nice punch. If he hit you, he would knock you the fuck out.
Your show, people are interested in your show. They look at you regardless. Remember I always said who was going to make it? You and him. You prospered exactly what I knew you were going to do.
Then I also think there was part of it where like that feeling that you had after watching that show, like the second it ended and it went to black, and that panic was like, that's what Tony had to deal with every single day.
In the Soprano family, we welcomed everyone, no matter what you did, even if you had one line or one word.
You know, and Lucky Luciano's buried like behind my house in the cemetery.
Nah, bro, you already successful because you overcame a lot of obstacles in life, my brother. Because me and you, we could have easily been back into the streets. You know what I'm saying? When times got hard, fuck no. Because guess what? Upstate, they leave the lights on for you. Feel me?
Streets, that's how I know him. The llamas or the llamas or the llamas green. I still ain't seen no green. The color of his color green. You know what I'm saying? This is my dude, FBS, all day. Don't get it fucked up, twisted. Nothing to think about it.
You're the king of Mark 2, so let them keep on coming at you. The more they hate you, the more successful you're gonna be.
You come at the king, you best not miss.
Gizzo, good morning, everybody. How you guys doing today? Let me see. Midwest Mafia Productions, $10 super sticker. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It's good to see you, by the way. Let me get to the live chat. All right. Let's see what we got here. I guess I'll do some shout outs since there's nobody here. Get it done real quick. Sally, Miss Can't Be Wrong, South Philly Tony, Ronan 456, Jesse Roth, Butterfly Kisses, Baby A, Kindness Works, Daniel Lorette, Chris Sven Larson. Nice. And that's it. Izzo gang, nothing but love. Same to you. All right. So maybe because it's Sunday morning, maybe other people are on. I have no idea. There's not many people. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I want to get the show out of the fucking way. So I'm going to get started. I want to talk about Frank Gerard for Tello Productions. Have you guys seen his video that he did this morning? In case you don't know, Frank decided to start going live on his own, on his channel. And he did a video today. I posted it in my community thing there. He did a live about Tony Pizza and BK. And he throws some other people in there, here and there, you know, like Angel and stuff. You guys got to watch it. I'm telling you. If we could drop the link for Frank's channel, if you're not subscribed, you got to subscribe and turn your notifications on. Because I'll tell you what. Jason Mikesell, what's up? Wu Gambino, Robert B. Good to see you, Jason. You just abandoned me. You never come around anymore. I understand. You don't like me. I know. So I still love you. Just want to let you know that. SL Gordon 3. He is out. Frank is good. I got to admit, Frank surprised me. Frank surprised me. He was tearing those motherfuckers up. BK and Tony Pizza. And it was just funny, too, you know, because Frank started comparing his shit to BK's. Hilarious, because that's what BK likes to do to people. You know what I mean? So why not? And he made a lot of good points about Tony Pizza. Oh, you watched it, Tom? Yeah, great, right? Pizza, a lot of good points. And he talked about, you know, some of this shit that guy is saying. I don't want to say his name anymore. God forbid, he might call the fucking who knows next, the military on me or some shit. Fucking clown. But he I know that you guys know. I didn't hear it, but people have been talking about it for days, that the guy over there who lives in a trash can has been talking about 9/11 and kids and school shootings and shit, which would make this like probably the fourth or fifth time for 9/11 and at least the second time for the school shootings thing. You know, he said that a long time ago too, piece of shit. So Frank was giving his take on that. I'm sure you can imagine how Frank feels about it. Got a 13-year-old boy. I know he is, Miss Can't Be Wrong. Always was. So I'm going to ask everybody, again, there's only 48 people. Please go subscribe right here. Click on this. Where the fuck is it? I just lost it. There. And go subscribe to Frank Gerard for Tello Productions and hit the notification thing so you can watch whatever Frank has coming next. And check out the video he did this morning. It's pretty entertaining. I'm surprised. I mean, Frank can really just do this on his own with no problem. He went for a good, how long is the video? I made it to 46 minutes. It's 54 minutes long. It's good. It's good. I'm proud of you, Frank. Good job, buddy. It's nice to have more people on the good guy's side. Let me see something. What did that say? The bum says they deserve it. What is that supposed to say? Yeah. The piece of corroded shit. Yeah. He's a terrible guy, you know. We've been hearing it for years. I ain't gonna talk about him like that anymore, so I'll leave it up to other people. But other people are doing a great job at it, so I have no concerns. You know, and now Frank too. Beautiful. I like it a lot. What state Frank at? You mean where does he live? What state? He lives in New Jersey. Almost an hour. Yeah, you saw it, Capello? Frank is the coolest dude. He was great. Yeah, man, he really was. It makes me happy. No freaking ZD now. Me and Shanna were listening to it together. What did he say specifically? Well, he brought something up, but I don't know. He stood up for Shanna, which I'm not surprised. Frank's a good guy like that. But anyway, it was nice. I woke up this morning and he texted me about it, so I went and watched it right away. And I think he's going to be a strong voice on here. I do. Now I'm going to ask you guys. Joey Dimes dropped a video this morning. The guy is doxing people. Who now? I know that guy. He accidentally doxed one of his supporters, right? Yeah. You guys let me know what you want to talk about. I should have done a show about politics today. I might do one this afternoon. We're going to see. I might do just an all politics show this afternoon. I feel like it's a good time. Of course, I got to see if I got everything together that I want to play and shit. I probably don't. It's a lot of stuff. It's beautiful out, guys. I could hear the fucking somebody next door doing yard work. I want to be outside. Oh, goody politics. Yeah, Jason, you better be there. You got to join the panel with me at some point. Shit's been heating up lately. The polls are moving. I know. Oh, it's okay, Miss Can't Be Wrong. I understand anytime you do that. That's fine. How about this fucking humidity? Yeah, let's talk about that. No, we could talk about whatever. I know there's a lot going on lately. And, BK is the big topic of conversation. But how long can you roast BK? I mean, I don't like doing that same shit every day bullshit. I don't like that, But Frank said something about he posted a video yesterday where there was no sound. What the fuck was that about? What did he do? He did a video with no sound? What was it supposed to be? Bro, you got us Republicans behind you. Well, that's all I need. You guys. Was it a video like where he was talking or what was it? BK's been in the news lately, I see. Yeah, you could say that. It's gorgeous outside. I'm sitting outside listening to you, LOL. That's what's up. Enjoy it. We had a good time yesterday, man. We went out. We were out near Philly and shit, chilling. We got home probably about, I don't know, 9 o'clock maybe. We picked up some dinner from the diner on the way home and shit. And we started to watch a movie, but it was fucking terrible. It's terrible. So we're up to see episode 19 of the 6th season of The Sopranos. That dude needs to see professional help for his issues. Which one, Jason? You talking about BK or the guy in the trash can? What it do, what it is. He has anger issues and 1000% OCD up the air. Oh, you're talking about BK. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, he's a creep. He's just a horrible dude. And he is fucking nuts. There's no doubt. He has serious mental issues. I went over this yesterday and the day before, It's not, like I said, no point in going over it again and again. But remember what I say, guys. It really is true. It's the confidence thing with him. It's a self-esteem thing. He's very self-conscious and he's very jealous of people, and he's very I honestly believe he has an inferiority complex. It seems like he has a superiority complex, but no. He just puts that, that's like his act. That's his character. But he's got to think a whole lot of people are better than him, if he's constantly fucking with them. I mean, why would you otherwise? Like people who I think, are nobodies, I generally don't talk about them. I mean, some guy. And he's the ultimate nobody, but he's fun to pick on. And he won't leave you the fuck alone. So it's not even, you're not even picking on him. You're just fighting back. He won't leave you alone. It's day after day of threatening you and going after your family and doxing people and all types of shit. But for the most part, I mean, these guys, ignore them. That's why, I'm not going to go back and forth with Like for example, like, all right, JC. JC is fun to fuck with because he's such a clown. He's such a fucking clown. I mean, this guy is like, you know, his story about the cartels and the mafia, and he's an idiot, you know, and the fact that he thinks people believe that goes to show, you know, that goes to show how sick he is. How the fuck can you actually think that people believe you, that you were in a cartel? This white boy from wherever the fuck he's from in the suburbs wound up, you know, even if not in a cartel, associated with a cartel, was buying relatively small amounts of marijuana, which a cartel is never going to sell. They don't sell small amounts. That's why they're a cartel and not street level dealers. You're buying small amounts of marijuana and you're selling it to the mafia. And then, like, he did a video the other day. Somehow it popped up in my feed. He was sitting somewhere waiting for somebody he admires, a Gene or somebody. And he was talking about people and their bullshit stories. I mean, that's amazing. That's like BK telling somebody they act like a tough guy. You know what I mean? That is so bizarre to say. JC's talking about people telling bullshit stories. So, you know, JC's just fun to fuck around with. But he's a nobody. A complete and total nobody. I mean, I can't imagine a bigger failure as far as MobTube, life in general. But MobTube, I mean, this guy has been here the entire time. This guy did a video about me getting monetized the day I hit 1,000 subscribers. Okay? Think about that. That means he was here all the way back then. All right? Maybe even before me. I'm not even sure. And I mean, he's managed to make it nowhere. You know, like nobody watches his channel. He's doing this live stream the other day from wherever the fuck he was. And he had 4 people watching live. I swear to God, I'm not playing. And he's sitting there and he's talking about how good he does. This is not bullshit, guys. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm telling you word for word what he said. He says something about how well he does and numbers wise. And he goes, even when I do something like this here, I have consistently between 4 and 7 live viewers. And that's not bad. That's what he said. 4 and 7. He said that's not bad. I mean, delusional as a motherfucker. Delusional. So he's fun to fuck around with, but he's a complete nobody. I mean, that guy has failed monumentally at this shit. He's never had a following. He never did a live stream unless Gene was on it, where there was more than a few people watching. I mean, I remember I felt bad for him when I was kind of cool with him. Oh, Dux, I swear to God, I swear to you, know I wouldn't lie to you, bro. I swear. Let me, before I get sidetracked, when I was kind of cool with him, wait, did I already forget? Yeah, I think I did. Oh, no. He would do lives every now and then. And I remember him having like 3 people watching one day. And he somehow he got monetized and he's trying to get people to buy memberships to a channel that's usually viewed by, 3 or 4 people. So I bought a membership. I felt terrible for the guy, but that's before I knew. I kind of always knew he was a douchebag. I never knew what a horrible human being he is. He's a true scumbag. But how do you fail that badly at this? Anybody, any of you could start a channel and you'll have more people than that watching you consistently. I mean, Dux, that's what he said, bro. Me and a few other people saw it. He was sitting, I don't know, he was sitting inside somewhere, and I believe he was waiting for, I think he said Gene. They were going to meet up or something like that. And he's just sitting there talking, doing his usual JC thing, talking himself up and talking down to everyone else. And he said, I forget the first part. The first part was something about his numbers too. It might have been about uploads, or I forget. But then he goes, even when I do little stuff like this, I consistently have anywhere between 4 and 7 people watching, and that's not bad. Well, that's pretty good, or something like that. Like, what? I was dying laughing. After that, I just turned it off. I mean, I watched like 10 minutes. After he said that, I turned it off. He's nuts. Between 4 and 7 people. I mean, That's like Stack's numbers. I think Stacks might even get anywhere between 8 and 10. 8 and 11. He's doing better than you. I mean, listen, guys, the fucking mental illness runs rampant. I mean, it's every fucking where on MobTube. Everywhere you look, there's people that are just fucking nuts, man. In one way or another. You know, they have no self-awareness. They have delusions of grandeur. They sometimes just have delusions, period. You know what I mean? They make what they want out of people, and then they turn themselves into some big fucking successful MobTube hero person like JC does, or there's people with severe fucking what do you call it with BK, like what would you even call BK's issues? I don't even know. He has rage issues. He has he's definitely mentally ill. He's mentally ill because, there's liars, and then there's people like BK. Like, I never realized how full of shit BK was until the last few days. BK actually sat in SoFlo's chat. Identity issues, yeah, that's one thing. He sat in SoFlo's chat like for hours talking about, wait till I come on live today. I'm going to show you all my clothes and jewelry and all my sneakers. I got 60 pairs of Jordans and all that. You think so, Miss Campion? Maybe. I got 60 pairs of Jordans and blah, blah, blah. Then he comes in this chat and he's like, he literally said, let me on the panel. Drop the link. I'm going to show you. You want to compare faces? Like, this is what he's talking about me, because he needs in his mind to be good looking than me for whatever reason. Or I'm sorry. Good looking, better looking than me. What the fuck? So he's telling me to drop the fucking link, and then I dropped the link, and he's like, I'll do it. While he was saying drop the link, I was like, fuck it, do it on your show, bro. Do it on your own show. What I got to drop the link for you for? Then I said, fuck it. You know what? I'm going to drop the link because this is going to be funny. And then he's like, no, I'm going to do it on my show. You were in here for like 3-4 minutes, like insisting I drop the fucking link. Then I drop it, and you're like, no. I'll do it on my channel. And then what does he do? I mean, while he's in my chat, he's saying the same thing he was saying in SoFlo's. I'm in my jewelry, my Jordans, my blah, 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 blah. And then he comes on and he's in like a busted ass fucking Brooklyn t-shirt, a hat. And he's got these 2 chains that look like they haven't been fucking clean since like, I don't know, was in office. And that's it. And he says that I look like I'm formed out of silly putty, and he ends the video, which is not even funny. But all the stuff you said you were going to do, you didn't do it. And you sat there and said in SoFlo's chat that you have your chain or chains cost more than my jewelry and my entire wardrobe put together. And then you come on here with just 2, like I said, I mean, just 2 cheap gold chains. I mean, they probably combined would cost today gold is so high up, I mean maybe 1,500, but when you bought them, I mean probably more like 7 or 8, if that, like if that. It's very odd. Like that's not just lying, that's like, I don't even know. Lying is like, I got this, and this, and then they just maybe shut the fuck up about it, and you don't know if they're telling the truth or not. You know what I mean? But this guy said that he's going to show you these things when he goes on his channel later, and then he goes on his channel and he shows you nothing. So it's like, I don't know, maybe he's just delusional, but it's very strange, man. These people, they crack me up, and there's all different types of mental illness. Going back to what I was saying, there's definitely a lot of people that I think are somewhat bipolar. There's people who have made up entire life stories in their fucking head, just entire life stories. Like when you got to sit there and ask, does this guy believe he was in the mafia, or is he just trying to convince us? Shit like that. I can't even name all the different conditions, but there's definitely, oh my God, like serious paranoia, and there's some people I think are just, like I think Nick Romano, for example, might be schizophrenic. Honestly, I seriously believe that. Paranoid schizophrenic. Just some of the shit he does and says, and the way he's, he puts these theories together in his head, and this guy's doing this, and they're all after me, and blah blah blah. That crazy type of Tony Pizza shit. You know what I mean? Tony's the same way. Tony's a conspiracy nut. Like he'll see the something that should only be taken for exactly what it looks like it is. And he'll just turn it into some crazy. Like I go on vacation to fucking Florida. I fly there and back. I fly. Okay. And then he says that I actually went there to meet SoFlo and bring back like mad kilos of cocaine on a plane. And then I'll say, but I flew, and he'll be like, no, you drove. But no, I actually took a video of myself at the airport the day I left Florida, like at the Baltimore airport, BWI. So you know that I just landed and shit. It's like, no, he drove. He just, okay, all right, whatever you say. Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. There's a lot of crazy shit that goes on here. And there's other stuff, I won't even get into, but serious, how do I say, addiction issues. I mean, it goes beyond that. There's probably plenty of people on here who are addicted to something, but I'm talking about people who are, live on YouTube, like in the middle of an overdose, all types of crazy shit. You got somebody like Stacks too. Stacks will be like, every time you see him, he's like, I'm 4,837 days clean. And he's like, but he's saying like this, I'm fucking clean and sober, man. It's fucking, yeah, man. I haven't taken heroin in fucking 4,000 fucking days, man. It's like, really? I don't know. You look a little high. Yeah, Miss can't be wrong. If 4 to 7 people make him happy, it's success in his head. Yeah, I swear, Ducks, I would not lie about something like that, because you could go back and look. I believe he's wearing red or some shit. I don't remember, but he's sitting in some fucking place, and it's like it was like a, just like a morning thing, like an early morning fucking live stream he did while he was waiting for Gene or something, and it was the funniest shit ever, because other people saw it too, because they were fucking texting me about it and shit. You know what I mean? Other people were watching it. It's funny as fuck. Common Sense, what's up, bro? Brooklyn, S. Frank, Joe Bag of Donuts. Is he on the spectrum? I don't know. Oh my God, it is, Jason. It really is, man. There's I don't know, man. There's a lot of sick shit going on. I don't know what you call everything. But what is the mental illness that will make a person or multiple people, who, by the way, all happen to be friends with each other, do nonstop evil shit, okay? And then later, when asked about it, deny it. And really sit there and act like as if they don't even know what you're talking about. I never did that. You get it from the women. And maybe that's a woman thing. I think it kind of is. But I don't think I've ever seen any women take it to the extreme they do over there, like Angel and them. They will fucking do the same thing 1,000 times, like talk about a sex tape 1,000 fucking times. And then later, when asked about it, they'll be like, I never talked about that. I don't know what you're talking about. I never said a thing. Like, how can you deny that? I mean, you're either so fucking crazy that you really believe you didn't do it, or you underestimate our intelligence so much that you think you can convince us you didn't do it, even though we saw it with our own eyes and heard it with our own ears. This Angela, she'll tell you all day, every day she didn't do any of the shit she did. Meanwhile, thousands of people saw her do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Shared psychotic disorder, is that what it is? I don't know. It's like, how can you lie about something that, like I said, I know it's in a way, it's kind of stupid to say, but it is. It's like looking up at the and to tell them that the sky is red and expecting them to believe it, because you're lying about something we saw with our own eyes and heard with our own ears. Again, you're lying about something that all of us agree definitely happened, and you'll just sit there with a straight face and be like, I never did anything like that. I don't know what you're talking about. I never said this about this person. I was never on this panel when this was being said. But we have videos of it and everything. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh my God. Then I don't think this is necessarily a mental illness, but the stunning lack of just people's inability, I'll say, to ever take responsibility for their own actions. Everything's somebody else's fault. If your channel isn't doing well enough, it's somebody else's fault. You're not getting enough donations, it's somebody else's fault. You know what I mean? If things just aren't going your way that day, it's somebody else's fault. There's nobody could just be like, oh, you know what? Look, my situation is what it is right now because of my actions. I mean, nobody can do it here. There's like a couple of us, if that can actually sit here and say, oh, I fucked up, or apologize when they're wrong. Just say, yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I've done that so many times, guys. I don't understand why it's hard for people. If you made a mistake, people make mistakes. Just say I was wrong. My bad. There's been a bunch of times, but one, for example, I got a story about Angel wrong, a story from like 20 years ago. I got it wrong, but I went on a show and I told that story. Well, like an hour after the show, I realized that I made a mistake. I was off by a year. First thing I did before Angel even went live that night is I went live and I retracted my statement. I said, I apologize. I was wrong. I do it all the time. I'll make community posts and shit. If I say I attack somebody just because someone told me and then I find out that's not really what happened, I'll say I'm wrong. But you don't get that on here. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get that from other people. How is it that I'll just say one of the only ones, because I'm not the only one. One of the only ones who's ever actually been involuntarily committed to a psych ward, and I'm the most sane person on here. How is that possible? Certainly seems that way, doesn't it? Then you got, Jesus Christ. Let's talk about, okay, mental illness. All right, hold on. People, adult human beings that literally obsess over one man to the point where their entire life is revolved around him or revolves around him. Like, in other words, some of these clip channels and people like NB, but NB isn't the only one. You got some of these other jerk offs, Redzilla, people like that. Like, all you do all day, every single day is watch my videos, take little clips from them and try to turn them into something else or try to make fun of me in some way. That's all you do. And you've been doing it for years. No, it's not like you just, it was a little phase, a couple of weeks, you decided to fuck with a person. Years of doing the same exact shit over and over and over again to the same person. And this person doesn't even acknowledge your existence. Never. Like even now, just saying the dude's name, it's probably the first time in 6 months. I don't know. The person never acknowledges you. He never responds to any of your fucking videos, and you still do it. That's not mental illness? You don't have a life of some sort? It's not mentally ill. You're not mentally ill if you sit around all day and obsess over the same fucking person and just spend all of your time thinking about him and making videos and shit about him. Let's go straight to NB. NB is a person who has a kid, should have some responsibilities because she has a kid. She does, live. Okay. I think she lives off welfare and shit, but she has an apartment. She has to have something. I believe she has a vehicle. This stuff was probably either given to her or bought for her, but the point is she's an adult with at the very least a child. Okay. She should have things to do in life. Listen, you got to clean, which we don't know. That's off the list. You got to shop, groceries and stuff. I mean, I'm sure NB uses food stamps, whatever type of food stamps they send to horses. I don't know, and you probably got to drive your kid places, and you got to maybe help them with homework, and you got to, make sure they're doing the right thing all the time, and which, okay, that's out the window too. And then you got to, okay, there should be some stuff she has to do is my point. I'm not sure what, because as I go over them, I realize she probably doesn't do any of them. But this is a woman who, without knowing me or knowing my wife, without ever having met us even a day in her life, without us doing a single thing to her, because again, we didn't even know she existed, just decides to latch on to us and make an entire fucking channel about us where she literally watches the shows in real time and makes clip videos in real time, meaning while I'm still live. And then, every other time of day, just 24 hours a day for a year straight. And I'm sure she still does. She's Fat Bald, Cop Caller. She's a couple of these other troll motherfuckers. It's her, and a lot of them she'll make videos for. She won't. It won't even be her channel. She'll just give videos to other people to use. So she still does it. Let's be honest. But we know for sure at least a year of nonstop videos about FBS and his wife. Going to the lengths of like making up fake back page ads and looking up hotels and doing all types of weird shit. I mean, what the fuck? You're telling me that's not mental illness? That's stalking behavior. It's obsession to the extreme maximum. There's sick people. There's truly sick fucking people on here. They need fucking help, and none of them are getting it. None of them are getting it. Remember fucking Charlie Murphy? Rick James? Shit, we just gave him some help. I guess that's what we're doing. We're giving them help. We're giving all of them help. Tearing them to fucking shreds and telling them exactly who they are. Alex Majax, $2 super sticker. Holy shit, bro. I get COVID and you disappear. I haven't seen you since then. I'm so fucking glad you're here. I was worried about you. I hope you're okay, bro. Oh, good, Chicago. Let me see. Alex Majax, $10. I can't send any messages back from rehab. It says subscribers only. I have to pay to say hello. Oh, well. No, you don't, bro. Hold on. Let me fix that. I mean, you've been subscribed for a while, right? What do? I just take it off. All right. There you go. Now you can comment. You didn't have to do that. Oh, shit. Look at this. Antonino gifted 10 Fat Bald Sicilian memberships. Thank you, brother. Thank you. That's a $50 fucking donation. And 10 people get free memberships. Let me see. Shut up, fatty. Midwest DJ, Viper, Becky Johnson, Chicago born, Martha Fowler, D. Gainey. Wait a minute, let me start over. Midwest DJ, Viper, Becky Johnson, Chicago born, Beck Brooklyn, Martha Fowler, D. Gainey, Ferris 28, BK Skip. Oh, and South Philly Tony. Nice. Excellent. Thank you, Antonino. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate that. I really do. Kian, what it is. We can go on too. I mean, as far as mental illness on MobTube, I'm gonna change the title of the show to that, since that's what we're talking about. Think about for fuck's sake, people that. Okay, first of all, just being a neo-Nazi has to be mental illness, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Don't you have to be at the very least psychopathic or something to fucking to just be a regular individual who one day decides that they're going to worship a guy that's responsible for millions upon millions of deaths and was quite possibly the most evil individual ever in the history of the world. And then to add to the mental illness, after it's stunningly obvious that you are a neo-Nazi, you just deny it and expect people to believe that you're not. The giant Hitler tattoo on your arm, when you could look at people with a straight face and say, that doesn't mean I like Hitler. That in itself is mental illness, isn't it? It goes back to the denial thing and shit. A guy who builds dioramas of concentration camps with Nazis hanging Jews and stuff. And he's like, what? The fuck is wrong with that? I just like history. But the worst mental illness comes with the people who say, yeah, he's right. He just likes history. You know what I mean? What do you mean he's a neo-Nazi? There's no evidence of that whatsoever. You know what I mean? Who's more mentally ill? Him for being a neo-Nazi or them for believing him when he says he isn't one? What the fuck, bro? You got black people on here like, I don't think he's racist. What do you mean? But guys, listen, he calls black people Tetsuns and Moulignans and basketball Americans. So? FBS, he's the real racist. Oh, okay, I understand. Yeah. Okay, all right. So basically everybody in FBS's life for the last, I don't know, 25, 30 years or so, just he hates them all, really, secretly. He just hates all those people. He's racist. All right, whatever you say. But the guy that's fucking, covered in Nazi symbolism, white power shit, all this stuff, and is surrounded by it in his home, and it literally gets labeled a neo-Nazi by Breitbart.com. I want to get a little further into that. Breitbart is one of the most right-wing bullshit publications or websites or whatever the fuck in the world. Okay? That everything about Breitbart is racist. Okay? You know what they're all about. I don't want to get into a big political conversation, but we know what Breitbart is. For Breitbart to label you a neo-Nazi, that's amazing, because the Breitbart people, they're some of these Americans that don't believe in racism. They just don't even believe it's a thing. You know what I mean? They think, why shouldn't we be able to call people the N-word? What's wrong with that? You know what I mean? That's Breitbart, just like Fox and everything else. So it's like, see, I mean, you have to be extreme. You have to be extreme. Somebody could go on a rant just shouting the N-word in public, and Breitbart will defend them and be like, that's not racist. But you know what I mean? So when they label you a neo-Nazi, you have to be that fucking bad that even they will say that about you. And the people on here, even the black people, are like, what do you mean? I've never seen him do anything racist. Never done anything racist to me. I don't believe he's racist at all. Okay. He worships like David Lane. He calls him his leader. What's that mean? No big deal. He just likes the guy. It's like all these different, the way they do mental gymnastics to form this narrative about a person they like that they're just being attacked. It's just, you're just attacking them because you don't like him or something. You're just saying all these crazy things that don't make sense. Yeah, you're right. He's definitely not a fucking a racist. And the rat stuff, it's like, a group of people could see that a guy has a sealed case. Now, there's a million different reasons why that case could be sealed. They immediately jump to, he's a rat. And they go with it for months. He's a rat, he's a rat, he's a rat, he's a rat, sealed case. Show us your what did they used to say? Show us your court minutes, whatever the fuck it was. They were after me constantly. They were on me. I was labeled a rat like that because there was a sealed case, and they had no idea why it was sealed. They just wanted to say it. Then you take MRE, who actually has a case that would have gotten him, I'd say, a minimum of 20 years in prison. A minimum, if he would have been prosecuted for everything. Okay. And the case vanishes into thin air. Not only does it vanish, but it literally says that the state dropped the charges because the feds picked it up. And then there's no Fed case, you find out. Nothing. No Fed case exists. I called the federal courthouse myself. The woman said, there isn't even a colicone in the system. I have no idea what you're talking about. A clear-cut case of there's no other answer possible. There's no other conclusion you can come to, but this guy is an informant. And they're like, he ain't no rat. What are you talking about? You can't just call people rats all willy-nilly and shit. Can you call me a rat because I had a sealed case? What the fuck? People can just make up any rumor. Oh, he ratted on so-and-so. That's it. FBS is a rat. Cooperator. Wore a wire. The most ridiculous thing ever. They believe it. But you can have piles, mountains of evidence against one of their people, and they're like, nah, you're fucking crazy. So stop. That's not right what you're doing. You can't just label somebody a rat. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Give them a fucking break. Just stand-up guy. Okay. Whatever you guys say, I guess. And that's just touching on a little bit of the mental illness on Mob 2. It goes much further. I mean, look at some of the people we've had on here. There's old women on here who talk like men and start fights with men. And then when they get a little back, they cry. How could you do that to a woman? I mean, this has got to be, even if it's just very mild mental illness, it has to be still, right? For you to think that for whatever reasons, you could just do whatever you want to anyone. And then when they come back at you, you are actually the victim, even though you started it. I mean, I don't know, man. I tell you all the time, like every day I wake up and I realize that I'm me and not one of those people. I feel good about myself. I feel like it's going to be a great day. Thank God I'm still not one of them, you know? You got a guy that he's the biggest anti-rat person in the world because of certain things that happen to family members of his. He will go off day after day about rats in one way or another through a video, a community post. He will form a group called We Push Back. And then he will literally allow anyone who's willing to talk about rats into that group. Think about that for a second. Strangers. Now, if you have an anti-rat group, okay, let's say you have some group that just fights against pedophilia, okay, and you're accepting members to this group to help you promote your cause and help people that want to fight alongside you and help you with all that. Wouldn't your first order of business be to make sure that nobody that you allow into that group is actually a pedophile? Wouldn't that be number one? Like, you can't fight against pedophilia if one of the members of your group is actually a chomo. But this guy, when we push back, it's like, I said to him on the phone, personally, myself, I said to him, you don't know who these people are, right? And I named certain trolls that were part of We Push Back. He said, no. I said, so you agree that they could all be rats, or at least some of them, right? And he said, yeah, I guess they could be. But yet you let them be members of the anti-rat group. Only on Mob 2. And then the main member, the number one guy, the voice of your movement, is proven to be a rat. You're like, nope, still not a rat. Oh, okay. My bad. It's amazing, man. This is why MobTube is so wildly entertaining. If you had a bunch of people who spoke logically on every show, it would be boring, I guess. You know what I mean? It would make too much sense. You need, I guess, these nutcases. You need them. Because the real entertainment in MobTube is the shock you feel every day when you realize that there are actually people like this that roam the earth with you, that live on the same planet you do, and people like this actually exist. How shocked, like for even something stupid on a macro level, like a guy saying that I do pretty well because even when I do little live streams like this, I have anywhere between 4. That's so stupid. It's shocking. Look at Ducks. Ducks almost had a fucking stroke when he heard that. He said that he didn't even believe me. Didn't even believe me. He's like, oh, now you're just fucking with us. And that's just a little thing. Forget about it. I mean, a homeless guy comes around and tells you he was the Gotti kid's bodyguard and the street enforcer for the Gambino family during the Gotti era. I mean, it's wildly entertaining because you're like, there's no way he could honestly be saying this like for real, but he is. He means it. Whether he believes it or not, I don't know, but he wants you to believe it. When you could see a guy who played a moral troll for a year, talked about how, looked down his nose at everybody and judged everybody for all the shit they do, talked about himself like he was a perfect person. I don't like, anything, too sexual. I don't like degrading women. I don't like this. I don't like that. Made himself out to be the moral troll. And then you find out this fucking guy is a neo-Nazi. Forget a neo-Nazi. MRE is the neo-Nazi. Okay, like you can't be more of a neo-Nazi than him. That's astonishing. Like this is a guy who sat here and judged everybody and talked shit and was talking like as if he always does the right thing in every situation, and he should have all this credibility as this man of morality, And then it's like, oh my God, that's him. Nicola Cohen, that's him. He's got Hitler on his arm. What? And then he talks anti-rat for a fucking year. Then you find out he is beyond a reasonable doubt, without question, a rat. And then he continues to talk anti-rat shit and deny that he's a rat. It's unbelievable. That's only to name a few, guys. There's so many people I could bring up. So many fucking people I could bring up on here. Those are just the most obvious ones, Let me see. What do we got here? Leon, member for 6 months. Hello from under the trailer. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that's where you are. That scumbag. I'm not surprised he put you there. Good dog, Leon. Good dog. Just be happy and stay positive. We're going to get you out of there one day. A nice family is going to come and adopt you. The police will take you from Tony Pizza, and you'll be okay, and you'll live a happy life. You'll have a nice big yard to run around in, toys to play with and shit, bones to chew on, good food, and you'll be loved. Leon gifted 5 Fat Bald-Sicilian memberships. Damn, good dog. Thank you, Leon. Thank you so much. Who got him? Let's see. Alex Majax, nice. Butterfly Kisses. Mob Talk Radio with Jeff Canarsie, Vito Calzone, and Tugboat. Beautiful. Wait a minute. How did Alex Majax, Butterfly Kisses, Mob Talk Radio, Vito Calzone? Oh, okay, and Miss Mickey. I haven't seen her in a long time. I don't think she comes around. I don't know where she stands, but I know the other 4 are great fucking people. So that's awesome. Thank you, Leon. Thank you. I appreciate you. You're one of my favorite dogs. I gotta say that quietly because Rusty and Peanut will hear me. They'll be all upset. I don't want to make them sad, but you're one of my favorite canines. Okay. I don't think they heard. Definitely a mental thing. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm glad to hear you were taking care of yourself, Alex Majax. I was worried. Good to see you. Yeah, for real, man. I had a couple of different concerns. I'm sure you can imagine. I talked about you several times just over the last couple of weeks because I didn't know what went on with you, bro. A lot of serial killers were fascinated with Hitler. Oh yeah, because he was big. I mean, I don't think there was any, bigger serial killer in the fucking world than Hitler. FBS, you're obviously a racist because you don't act or are one. Yeah, I know. I know. That's the bizarro world of MobTube. You take a guy who's covered in all this white power shit and Nazi stuff, and a guy who's got this reputation, who's been branded a fucking neo-Nazi by Breitbart, .com of all fucking of all places or things, whatever. He's he uses constant racist language all the fucking time and has been for years. And even the black people on here are like, what do you mean he's racist? What are you, crazy? He never said anything racist that I've heard. Then me, I could say damn near anything, and they'll be like, see, FBS is the real racist. And you, meanwhile, in my personal life, you literally see me surrounded by nothing but black people. And you're like, look at FBS, exposed. He's a racist. Like, okay, all right, whatever you say. Whatever your reality tells you, that fucking fantasy reality you live in. And I know fantasy reality is like an oxymoron, but when your reality is a fantasy, what else do you call it? You're probably one of the few white feekers who has I don't know what a feeker is. I mean, I can't say. Well, I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that. I've definitely seen enough of it. Who's not all leftists? YouTube has become a haven for those with mental illness. Wait a minute. When Breitbart calls you a Nazi, it's not like a leftist calling you one because you don't support trans movements. Well, Chicago, all I can say about that is that's not necessarily leftist. You're talking about extreme liberals that are just ridiculous. You know what I mean? Your average leftist would never say such a thing. It's ridiculous. You know, it's to call some. I wouldn't say leftist. You know, in general. It's a extreme super libs, you know. For a while, but I remember telling people that I was checking myself in a rehab. Yeah, bro. We were worried, man. Matter of fact, was that around the COVID time? Because I feel like you were gone for a long time. I'm not sure. Right. No doubt, Frank. You're the man, bro. Great job today. At the boardwalk in Point. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Oh, that's awesome, bro. Have a good time. Point Pleasant's beautiful. Congrats on your outs in the treehouse. There you go. Get some Zepp, bro. Point Pleasant. Hey, honey, dinner's ready. Come downstairs. We're on the front deck of the yacht. Wait, I got to send a message. Hate. Yeah, that people are miserable. Yeah, they are. Never typed anything bad. Little Nicky Romano. So that time I jumped. Called him a wanker. He went out of his way to block me. Oh, is that right? On here or on his show? I don't remember that. Has done it all and then some. Oh, those I read. I'm sorry. My bad. Wi-Fi is great. That's new now. Yesterday I had issues with the fucking Wi-Fi, I guess, and the fucking the audio too. Fantastic. It's exactly what I need. Oh, by the way, about yesterday, guys, because I know I jumped off abruptly, and what happened was before the show, a member of my family may have had a stroke, most likely a small stroke because he's still kind of walking and talking, but he was showing all these symptoms and he would not go to the hospital. He refused. He was being stubborn. So, my family asked me to call him because I'm kind of a convincing guy, and they thought he would listen to me, so that's why I had to jump off the show and give him a call and stuff. He's in the hospital now, so we'll see. Hopefully everything's okay, but that's why I had to jump off yesterday. Already got a few off you at first. I rewatched Nadeau versus Lee Cole, hilarious, but was before MRE exposed, and Nadeau was like, get MRE on. He's the voice of reason. I think I might remember that, Kian. See, that goes to show. Like, nobody could have ever imagined that MRE, was who he was. Nobody. We knew he was kind of a lowlife because he would attack people for no fucking reason, but nobody could have ever imagined that he was a fucking full-blown neo-Nazi. And as far as the rat thing, though, you can't tell me shit, because I was saying for months and months and months before he was exposed that I guarantee you he's a rat. You know what I mean? Just based on the fact that, these anti-rat people usually are. FBS Barks cracks me up. Bro, you should have hit me up when you were down the way. Oh, you talking about Philly? Hold on. Debbie McGaffin, $20 super sticker. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you so much. Look at that. It's turning out to be a pretty good fucking show. I didn't expect that. I told Shanna I'm going to go do a show where I'm not going to make any money. And she said, think positive. I said, I try, but I'm getting used to things. Don't get Rusty and Peanut upset. They're my dogs. I won't. That's why I whispered. I'm always suspicious of people who talk too much about family values and the moral decay of our society. These are usually the guys that have an internet history that will traumatize you for years. Fucking spot on, bro. You're so right. Exactly. That's what I always say about, a lot of these Republicans and shit. You know what I mean? Do you guys listen, look up Grinder during the RNC in Wisconsin. Okay, look up how Grinder almost crashed. I think it might have crashed, okay, during the RNC in that area. Now, why? Why? Because a lot of these anti-gay politicians are gay. You know what I mean? A lot of them. That's just, the way it is. When you hear somebody really, really just, I don't know, I don't want to say fighting back against something, but I mean to the point where, ad nauseum, it's just like fucking beating the same drum every fucking day, constantly. There's something wrong there. You know what I mean? There's something wrong. It's just like I said, months before he was exposed, I knew something was up with MRE. Nobody is that concerned about rats, especially if you're not even in the street. You're not even currently a fucking criminal. Nobody is. Nobody. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Unless you're a rat. And nobody is that fucking hardcore, against gay, people marrying and all types of different LGBTQ issues and all this shit. And, unless you're most likely hiding something. I mean, some people are because of their religion and stuff, but even some of those people, wind up getting caught in a hotel room with some fucking 19-year-old kid's brajol in his mouth or something, It's just, it's the way it always works out. Breitbart, what was that? Breitbart. What's that go to? I didn't see any comment before that. You got two extremes, Chicago. There's the side that won't call anything racist, no matter how horrible it is. And then there's the side that will call everything racist, whether it's racist or not. Let me get back down here. We're having fun. This is a good show. Where was I? There's Chicago Muscles comment. Okay. It's like that. Did you know that the KKK were actually Democrats? Derp. Yeah, but you also have to know the history to the whole thing, too. The bottom line is platforms were switched. Rest. Oh, I thought you said rest. I'm like, how do I do that? Reset it? Yeah, I was going to do it before the show, but I was actually on time today and I didn't want to fuck it up. So, like, you know. Let me see something. I'm sorry for scaring you guys, but I'm flattered. It feels good to know that you guys were caring about me, but it wasn't the goal. No, we know that, bro. We know you didn't want to worry us, but you disappeared like all I remember is that you were here. I got sick. I was off for like a week, and when I came back, I haven't seen you since. So I didn't know, I was just worried. Your cousin Vinny popped in here like once since then, briefly. I don't know, man. I get worried when people do that, especially if they have a, yeah, Kian, exactly. Oh, was I? I don't even remember Chicago. My fucking memory, bro. That's why I need to stay at the bottom, because I'll say something, you guys will respond, and then I won't know what the response goes to. I'll be like, what comment is that attached to? What did I say? So let's see who else we could talk about as far as mental illness. And we already touched on them, but you got this Nick now, this Nick Romano jerk off. Okay, this guy, this is our newest case of mental illness I'm up to. This is a guy who there's so many things I don't know where to start. First of all, the things it would take any regular person probably years to do, he does instantly. Like, for example, he's so angry and full of rage that if you say, like, on here, right? Like, Chicago might say something about me when we're beefing. I'll say something equally as bad back to him. He might do something bad back to me. I'll do something equally bad back to him. You dox a family member of mine, I dox a family member of yours. That's that type of stuff. This Nick was simply, I don't want to say outcast. That sounds mean, but basically the people he was friends with who had warned him about doing certain things, decided, listen, we just want to part ways with you, and that's it. Good luck with your channel, but, better off we're not friends. Goes to talking about phone calls. He goes to posting text conversations. He goes to posting nudes of people. He goes, and when you look at him and you listen to him and you realize like how twisted he is, the things he says and the way he feels about certain things, like he constantly shows his ass. See, how emotional he gets. Like, there's videos of him crying and stuff, like, about this shit. There's screenshots and every fucking thing where he's really crying. Like, he did a video where he said that we were trying to call his 83-year-old mother and prank her, which was horse shit. At least it wasn't any of us. And he's literally in tears crying. And he like takes this picture of himself hysterical and posts it. Like, he's so super duper emotional and yet he's so evil. Like, his emotions drive him to do the most evil shit. Like, there's no with that dude. Coming after me, I'm going to come after you. He blows his load right away, so to speak. He shoots his load. It's like, I'm going to do the worst possible thing I could do to you right off the fucking bat, because that's how upset I am at you. You know what I mean? It's like But you went too far, bro. That's crazy. Nobody even did anything to you. You're doing all this crazy shit to people. Like, people just don't want to be your friend anymore because you proved yourself to be something that we're not, be around. Like the person you turned out to be. So we changed our minds. We don't want to be your buddy any fucking more. So you start doing things that could possibly ruin people's lives or put people in danger. And then, another component of his mental illness is the tough guy shit. He's threatening people that would kill him if he ever ran into them. You know what I mean? And he's like this little scrawny crackhead looking dude. He's missing teeth. He's complete and total white trash, and he represents himself to be this well-off guy who's just nothing but class and has his shit together, and will also fuck or where he finds you. You know what I mean? It's like, and he constantly makes threats. He constantly says shit and never acts on it. 30 people are coming to your house. That was a month ago, bro. Not even, you know what I mean? It's not even like I could say, where's the other 29? Not even one. And he constantly does that. He pulls numbers out of his ass. I got 8 cars full of guys. Where are they? But he says this shit like he wants you to believe it. And then nothing happens. So it's like, again, there's some mental illness about that. It's like BK telling you, I'm going to do this, 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 and this when I go live video, and then he does none of it. Like, why would you say, what did I say, Kian? Did I fuck that up? 0 to 100. What did I say? I don't know. Maybe I fucked up. And then not only do you have to be nuts to do it to begin with, but to keep doing it. Like Nick will, not make good on his threats and then keep making the same threat and really expect that you should believe him, that you should be in fear of him. And he sees himself as this dangerous guy. He sees himself as this guy who has this intimidating presence. You know what I mean? And like, the type of street cred that would just put anyone in fear if they even thought of making the mistake of crossing him. Like, come on, bro. This is all mental illness. This is weird fucking behavior, man. It's strange. It's strange. It's that's why, man, a lot of people watch this stuff, but like people I know and shit, but I'd much rather they didn't. I mean, that's why for the first, 2.5 years or so, I didn't even tell anybody about this. Nobody. I mean, Cam, for example, knew about it since the beginning. 1 or 2 other people, but I generally, I tried as much as I could to not let anybody even know it exists, because I'm ashamed to be associated with these people in any way, shape, or form. I truly am. Like, people look at this community and then they see me as part of it. It's like, it can't make you look good. It can only make you look bad. Like, what do you even? Then you got to show them your bank account, and then they understand right away, but not until then. Sounds like he doesn't deal well with rejection. If I have to guess, he sounds like a guy who has borderline personality disorder. I don't know too much about that, but probably. It's obvious what he is. The first few days he was around, I was on vacation. I came back and I was like, FBS, what the fuck, LMAO. Yeah, I know. And Miss Can't Be Wrong, Nick Romano introduction here. Yeah. He has been lying about what he did to Baby A, and tonight that comes to an end. Good, Chicago. I'm glad, man. Yeah, he's what really pisses me off, bro, is that even though I've never been proven to lie about anything or have lied about anything, and you could pretty much take my word as fucking gold. I'll sit here and do a show about how he did something to someone, and people really do it though. I wouldn't have fucking said it if he didn't really do it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have said it if he did. Who, Miss Can't Be Wrong? Nick? That's funny. That's funny as fuck. That man's got demons. In fact, he went out of his way to block me. Means had to manifest something. Yeah, he's yeah. He watches all this shit, man. You know, word about him. He'll either respond to them somehow or block them or something. He's very, very emotional. Is that what you were talking about, Miss Campione? Okay, I'll get back to you after the show. FBS, you said Nick is coming with 20 guys. I get chicken skin. And I get excited. Boy, oh boy, do I get excited. Shit.
He said, you guys on here, when you guys tell me you got 20 guys coming, I get a hard on. I'm like, 20 guys. Oh, boy, this is going to be fun. So, you know, you have no idea. I got chicken skin right now. When you guys say, oh, yeah, I'm going to get 20 guys, 10 guys, 13 guys, they're coming down. Boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. You don't know how excited I get. I get excited.
No, you do, Tony. We know. All right, guys, listen. I think this was a good show, and I don't want to keep going and fuck it up. I want to keep it perfect. So I appreciate everybody who donated, man. Holy shit. It was really good. Debbie, Leon again, Antonino, Alex Majax, Midwest Mafia Productions. I appreciate all you guys. My bad. I'm out of here. Be on later, but I can't promise you anything. I might do a show about politics. I might do a regular show. I might do no show. We'll see. I love you all. And until next time, salute.